Hi, I'm Zach, and recently I quit nicotine and weed and eating processed foods and caffeine also. And one of my friends slash subscribers and patrons recently pointed out that a whole foods vegan plant-based diet helps with sobriety. It helps with a calm, emotionally stable life. In this video, I'm going to talk about that. So thank you, Marcos, for sharing this video idea and for pointing out through your research what you found. And I'm going to explain through my experience how this is true for me, and hopefully it helps you out. So I quit all these substances months ago, and I did relapse once, but that's another video. That was a day, and I'm back at it. Yeah. And so I quit these substances, and at the same time I quit them, I also quit processed foods and certain things. But most of my life I've eaten decently healthy. I mean, I've eaten a lot of processed foods, but for the most part, I've always eaten fruits and vegetables and whole grains and whole foods. I would just add the processed foods on top. And I have found time and time again that, especially now eating mostly whole foods, that whenever I eat just the whole foods, my mind is more clear. It's like something to do with the sugar and all the extra fat, sodium or salt or whatever. Probably mostly sugar. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist or an expert. This is just me explaining my experience. It's not health advice, for the record. But from my experience, eating more whole foods, it just makes me more focused, have more energy too, but that's another video. More focused, and also less discombobulated with my emotions and my mind. They're both kind of intertwined, so if your mind is all over the place, your emotions will likely follow. And it's the opposite if I eat a big meal that's all processed and fatty and sugary, then I can feel how it affects my body and my mind. It'll make it think sporadically and make me just almost act more compulsively. It's almost like it bubbles up the chemistry inside of my body, and then makes me want to just make more poor choices. I think there's multiple dimensions to this. There is something it does to our brain that literally, I mean, one, there's the gut microbiome, I know that, and that's connected to your brain. And if you feed it well, and you have a healthy gut microbiome, the bacteria inside your brain, the ecosystem of bacteria inside your brain, if that's healthy, then you will likely have a healthy state of mind and healthy mood. But as soon as that's out of whack, then your mood is affected. But there's also the aspect of the psychology of, if you're willing to make poor choices with your diet, then you're also willing to make poor choices with substances and with your actions, which will inevitably make your emotions feel the consequences of it. And so now, eating whole foods, it has drastically helped me stay sober. it isn't the sole reason that my mind and body is calm and that I have an emotionally balanced life. But it's a good foundation. I mean, first of all, we need substance for our bodies. Our bodies. We need substance for our bodies. So we're not going to be able to feel any emotion without bodies and minds, as far as I know. Pretty sure, unless we're ghosts. But that's a different video. So you just need to eat something at first, and I'm sure you can still eat junk food and have an emotionally stable and balanced life, but it's much harder because the gut microbiome, the thing we talked about, that is connected to your brain and your mood. And there's probably other reasons too. So it's like a foundation, really. Once you eat food and you eat the right food, then the next steps are, for me, staying active and doing the right thing throughout the day. I'm gonna recently start exercising more consistently. I was doing a meditation thing that was, I talk about it in another video, that involves some walking, and I justified that as being my exercise, but I don't think it's active enough, especially the fact that I'm eating more than enough calories. It would be better if I was more active, so I'm gonna start being more active, and I'm pretty positive that's also another link in a balanced, happy, healthy life beyond just whole foods, plant-based diet, healthy, balanced diet. Whatever that means for yourself, because we're all different, we all have different body sizes. Although a whole foods, plant-based diet is more than adequate for anybody, you just might have a different variety inside of the plants that you eat. Then there's staying active enough, and that plays a huge role in having a happy, healthy life also. And that's where I went wrong with, one way I went wrong whenever I relapsed, but that's inside of another video. And so the foundation is eating right, and then next it's doing the right thing throughout the day, exercise, and then also having something of purpose, something that serves someone. For me, it's writing songs that inspire and help inspire people to make compassionate and conscious choices for people and for the animals. So that's my purposeful thing to do. And with eating right and exercise and this purposeful action, you're bound to have a balanced, happy, healthy, balanced emotional life. And it's bound to help keep you sober, like it has for me. But I've still been guilty of overeating, even if it's whole foods. Although I still add a little bit of processed foods also, because my taste buds are just used to the sugary, fatty stuff. So I suppose I still crave it, and so I add it on top of the whole foods. But I eat a lot more whole foods now. But what I'm saying is that's one of my vices, is overeating the whole foods and then not getting enough exercise compared to the amount that I ate of whole foods. Like I'll have 3,500 calories of whole foods, and then I won't do any intense exercise, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing, because gaining a little bit of weight for me isn't that bad of an idea. And I've been gaining weight, but what matters more importantly to me right now, and what I'd like to be doing, is just having a stable, healthy state of mind and just be happy. Because I have healthy weight, I don't need to gain weight. And the only reason why I'm overeating is mainly as a compulsion, because I just quit all these substances, and then my brain wants that extra dopamine, and it's my new addiction. And so if I can have the discipline to not do that, then I always feel better afterwards. If I just eat a appropriate sized meal that's balanced and healthy, rather than eating a oversized meal that, you know, my stomach feels stretched afterwards and I feel too full, and then I feel like I just want to take a nap or something. And then I can't work on these videos, or, well, I can, but all feeling like a zombie. I definitely don't work on music because I want a lot of energy whenever I work on music. I don't want to have brain fog or to be like, ugh. Because then I feel like the song won't be as good. And music is more permanent. I can always make another video re-explaining the same thing or something, but I can't make the exact same song again. So I'm starting to have more caution with my music. I used to be more carefree and like, oh, it doesn't matter, it sounds like crap. I'll play this song. I just smoked a joint and ate, and now I feel like a zombie, but I'm just gonna push through it and make the song. As long as I get the song done. But yeah, so eating a whole foods plant-based diet helps stay sober, helps keep me sober and keep a stable emotional state of mind. How about you? What type of diet do you eat? Leave a comment down below and let me know what helps you. Are you trying to stay sober? Thanks for watching. For the animals! Woo!